What is up, good people of YouTube? Today we're going to be making some jerk, and you can see, as in the video here, we have some nice fresh thyme, green onions, 1 whole lime, half a bulb of garlic, all important allspice, salt, pepper, ginger, some tamarind, change things up, just adds a nice depth of flavor, and brown sugar, which is not currently in the video, but you'll see it later. So let's get started. Alright, so we have about 3 standard bundles of green onions. We're using 2 here. Just save some for later. We're going to chop off the roots, and we're going to save those for later. You can put them in a cup and just regrow the whole green onion. You'll never have to pay for green onions again. So just rough chop them because they're going in the blender anyways. Alright, so when you separate them, just put them in the cup with some water, and yeah, make sure that they're all tightly packed, roots face down, and they'll just grow straight up out of the cup. They usually grow about one more time, sometimes 2. Next, you're going to take your half bulb of garlic, just give it a nice little smash. Get rid of the paper. It's just going in the blender anyway, so just give it a rough chop. There we go. Okay, now we're going to grab some ginger. You see we got about 2.5 inch thick piece of ginger here. We're just going to clean up the skin, get rid of some of it. It doesn't have to be perfect, but just kind of scrape it off. You can see we're not losing too much of it. Then we got a nice clean piece. Skin's very fibrous. Doesn't matter if there's a little bit of rough spots on it, that's fine. We're just going to mince it up nice and small. The ginger's very fibrous, so just make it easier on the blender. Now with all that in the blender, we're going to grab our whole lime here. It's good to have 2 limes because you'll be needing to wash the meat later, so just chop it up and go ahead and squeeze both those into the blender. If you like a less sour one, you can just use half and save the other half for washing the meat later. Next up is to grab your thyme, make sure it's nice and clean looking. You can see there's no spots on this. Thyme can be very woody. Sometimes the stems are very thick and fibrous, so if they are, just scrape the leaves off and get rid of those bad stems. But this whole thing's going in the blender, so it's nice and soft. Now grab the tamarind. I like tamarind, it's just it's sour, kind of like a lime, but it has more nuanced flavors. So you're just going to grab about a tablespoon of this. It's delicious on pork, and that's the type of marinade we're making today. So you can see we just got about a tablespoon, not crazy amount. Just throw that whole thing in the blender. The nice thing about tamarind is it will also help tenderize your meat. Go ahead and grab your soy sauce. You should probably use about a quarter to half cup. I'm just eyeballing it here, and I'll taste it later. And that's the main thing about any recipe, it's just all to taste. Next, grab your allspice. If you have the berries, that's great, but I just have the actual brown stuff today, so make sure you add a very generous helping, a tablespoon or so, maybe a bit more. So traditionally, jerk is made with Scotch black peppers, but all I could find were habaneros, so this will have to do. So when using any kind of pepper hotter than a jalapeno, you should use gloves. Unfortunately, I am not, and I'm going to make a critical error and accidentally touch my nose before washing my hands. So I highly recommend you wear gloves. Once you've chopped your desired amount of peppers, you can go ahead and grab the brown sugar. We're going to add probably just less than a quarter cup, so right to the blender. If you like it sweeter, go ahead and add more. Properly blended, you can transfer it to a container, and you're going to have a heavenly jerk sauce. Then from there, you can go ahead and separate off just a little bit for dipping later, and the rest you'll use as a marinade for the raw meat. Enjoy!